We brought you news yesterday about a new program in Portland that'll allow only delivery vehicles that have zero emissions in certain parts of downtown. Well, you all had a lot of questions, and so did we. Environmental reporter Cale Williams went to a press conference today where officials unveiled the new program, and he brings us some answers.
The mood was high in downtown Portland.
Can we get a round of applause for that?
As Portland City Commissioner Mingus Mapps announced a new federal grant.
I am pleased to announce that the Portland Bureau of Transportation has been awarded a $2 million SMART grant to help create a safer, cleaner, and more equitable system for delivering goods and services right here in downtown Portland.
The grant will fund the creation of 3 new zero-emissions loading zones in downtown Portland, and officials say they'll serve 16 city blocks. The idea is to encourage delivery companies like FedEx, UPS, and Amazon to adopt electric vehicles through cash incentives. That's according to Dylan Rivera, a spokesman for the Portland Bureau of Transportation.
This is an innovative way to see if we can start to use smaller, cleaner, greener vehicles to have less pollution, less carbon emissions, and safer streets.
And by smaller vehicles, Rivera was referring to electric tricycles. The city plans to partner with a company called Beeline, which has a warehouse on the Central East Side where larger, non-electric trucks can drop off deliveries. Jacob Sherman, also with PBOT, explained while showing off one of the company's electric tricycles.
They're delivering into the Central East Side at their warehouse, and then those goods get unpackaged from those big vehicles, loaded in onto these bikes, and then off into the city.
But what the pilot program won't do is almost as important as what it will.
We're just proposing to change how we regulate these 3 loading zones. So it's about 40 feet of the curb space at 3 locations right outside the Portland Building, the Federal Building, and the Multnomah County Courthouse.
Services like DoorDash and Instacart won't be affected, and all other street traffic will remain the same. We reached out to UPS, FedEx, and Amazon. An Amazon rep told us they do have some electric vans already in use in the Portland area, but none of the 3 companies responded to our specific questions. So I asked Rivera if he'd been in touch with local businesses to see if they supported the plan. He said that they were involved in the proposal process and the city would continue to be in touch as the plan progresses. I also asked Rivera if he was worried that this could increase cost to shippers, who would then pass that along to consumers.
That's something we're hoping to learn. We're all ears for hearing about every impact to shippers, to businesses, and to consumers.
And what about the argument that this move could just shift all that traffic and pollution to the Beeline warehouse on the east side?
You know, that's something we're concerned about. I think we'll wait and see, and we'll hear from Beeline, how their deliveries are going.
Now, this is the first time anything like this will be attempted anywhere in the U.S., and everyone who spoke at the press conference was adamant that this is very much an experiment. Still, even with all the unknowns, interim PBOT Director Tara Wasiak was optimistic.
I am very confident that PBOT will make the first regulated zero-emission delivery zone in the United States a success.
Cale joining me in studio now. And Cale, this sounds like a pretty ambitious plan, right?
Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, it's true that this is the first time that this has been tried anywhere in the United States. A couple cities in Europe, first time here in this country.
Okay.
But it's also really only going to impact 3 loading zones. This is 120 feet of curb space downtown. So I don't think anybody's going to wake up the day after this goes into effect and not get their deliveries.
Is this enforceable, though? I guess that's the next question.
It is. So I asked Dylan Rivera that, and he said that this will be a ticketable thing. So, if a diesel truck pulls up to one of these places, they could get a ticket.
Okay, so the goal here is to reduce emissions, but how big of an impact do officials think this will have in the big picture?
Again, this is all very experimental, so it's hard to say, and I am a little skeptical that something that is only going to affect 3 loading zones is really going to make a huge dent in this problem. That being said, this is a pilot program, and so they're hoping to learn best practices from this, what works, what doesn't, take that, and if it does work, expand it.
All right, we'll see what happens, Cale. Thank you. Now let's look at